Hello everyone, I'm Jingwei, a PhD candidate in musicology at the University of York. I am interested in the reception of Richard Wagner in China, especially in mainland China, and I am focusing on the impact of politics on the reception of opera to think about how my research topic is related to voice. Voice typically resonates with the environment in which it is produced. Addressed in my research context, this voice can be positive or negative about Wagner's reception in mainland China. It can refer to research by Chinese scholars on Wagner and his music, or it can be audiences' review of different opera productions. Back to the research topic, Richard Wagner's reception in mainland China aims to explore the reception of Richard Wagner in mainland China from 1906, the year the first Wagner-related articles was published in mainland China, to 2019, before the pandemic. Scholarly attention to Wagner and the canonical status of Wagner's operas demonstrate that Wagner has been well received in the West. However, it was 116 years after Wagner's death when one of his operas, Der Verlingende Hollander, was first staged in China in April 1999. Even now, Wagner's operas have only been performed in some big cities in mainland China such as Beijing, Shanghai, and Nanjing. China's first attempt to produce Wagner's opera on its own was in 2011, when China National Opera House created its first production of Wagner's opera Tannhäuser. Based on analysis of a wide array of sources, books, periodicals, newspapers, thesis dissertation published in mainland China, and performance in mainland China, my research is divided into three periods to demonstrate how different political circumstances in China affect Wagner's reception in mainland China. The first duration is from the early 20th century up to 1949, the year in which the People's Republic of China was established. Although the North China Daily published Wagner-related articles in English on the concession in 1906, it needs to be clarified that the concession was not open to Chinese citizens. Few Chinese residents had the right to enter at the time, so the publication of Wagner in the concessions did not equate to the reception of Wagner in mainland China. At that time, most of the Chinese residents could still not afford food and clothing, so spreading and receiving Wagner and his music was not an acceptable voice then for the majority of the Chinese citizens. The second period was from 1949 to 1976, which included the early period of the People's Republic of China and the years of the Cultural Revolution. It needs to be divided into sections from the 1949 to 1966 and the 1966 to 1976, the decade spanning the Cultural Revolution. When the People's Republic of China was first established in 1949, China was very resistant to Western culture because it had been under colonial rule for nearly a century from 1840 to 1949. At that time, Wagner was regarded as negatively bourgeois, and Wagner's reception was politically hostile. During the Cultural Revolution, political reasons led to the fact that the only art form acceptable in mainland China was model operas. We call them 样板戏. Model operas examine the stories from China's recent revolutionary struggles against foreign and class enemies. They mainly glorify the People's Liberation Army and the bravery of the common people and show Chairman Mao and his thoughts as the central role in the victory of communism in China. Unlike European opera, which was essentially entertainment for the elite, model operas became popular political art in China. Thus, Wagner's operas were not representative of popular art. Preventing the dissemination of Wagner and his music. The last duration is from 1977 to 2019, which mainly focused on the period after reform and opening up. The reception of Wagner's voice has grown further in terms of academic discourse and audience. Three factors that might impact the reception of how Wagner's voice could be considered in mainland China. The number one is economic development has made it possible to develop the fine arts in mainland China after the reform and opening up. And Wagner, as one of the representative Western composers of the Romantic period, is worth studying. 2. The opening of politics led to a more accepted view of Western music in China, including Wagner. As a result, a growing reception of the Wagner and his music. 3. The increasing appreciation in Chinese aesthetic of Western music also helped Wagner and his music to be better received. Even though this research does not focus on analyzing Wagner's music, it mainly analyzes the political factors that impact Wagner's reception in mainland China and the economic conditions that also affect Wagner's reception in China after the reform and opening up. These factors have led to the specificity of Wagner's reception in mainland China and have also influenced the differences in how scholars and audiences have received Wagner's voice at different times.